quiet as it's kept, a lot of the men that y'all are sleeping with aren't real men. That's why they walked out on you when you were 8 months pregnant.
Oh, baby, I'm better than bitter. You know I'm not a quitter. Expected me to fail. Now you mad 'cause I prevail. Better than bitter.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Michael. Welcome back to my channel. So if you couldn't tell from today's title, we are going to be getting ready for bed together. I got two topics that have been weighing on my heart, and I thought, why not chit chat with you guys about it while doing one of my favorite things, getting ready for bed. So if you want to know what I am going to be yapping about today, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stick around for this yap session. So you guys know I love skincare and I love Dermalogica. That is like my favorite skincare brand at this point. So everything we're using tonight will be from Dermalogica. If you haven't already, click the eye right here so you can check out my skincare video. I posted that about a week or two ago. I may or may not do a mask tonight. It's still up in the air. If I do a mask, it won't be Dermalogica. It'll be this glowing I'm Plum mask by Tony Moly. This is a Korean skincare brand. I've heard that Korean skincare is great for the skin, and I love a good sheet mask. I never used the brand before. This will be my first time. I don't know if I want to do it because I am having like little bumps here and there, so I might not do that tonight. I might have to wait till I get my skin in check. I'm gonna wash my hands, wet this face, and we're gonna get into the first topic. All right, face is wet, hands is washed. Let's get into this. So first, I want to talk about being black, gay, and femme. If you guys don't know, which you should by now because I was talking about it like a dog. If you guys don't know, I was just recently on Regine's podcast. The episode dropped last month, maybe about a week and a half before my birthday. For the most part, the comments were cool for the most part, and again, we'll get into, but there was one specific comment that I kept seeing and I really didn't like it. You know, it's very rare these days that I read a comment and it like makes me go, ooh. Like I wince at it a little bit. It's very rare for that to happen these days. I have been getting talked about since I was 14 years old, okay? I will never forget my first hate comment, which again, we'll talk about a little later in this video. I kept getting this one specific comment and it just was not sitting right with me. Everybody kept saying, oh, he's so sweet, he's so sweet. Where are our men going? Our men, we are losing our men. Our men used to fight in wars, this, that, and the fourth. How I was less than a man because I choose to live my life. Not even choose, because I've been sweet like this since I was young, boy. But because I choose to move through life freely and express myself through divine feminine energy. I'm a feminine guy. What can I say? Now I know on her show, I was saying how I wasn't that feminine, which I think on a scale of 1 to 10, there are definitely gays out there who are much more feminine than I am. Let's be for real. I feel like people like to take stuff for face value and they feel like nuance can't be a thing. Yes, I might be a feminine gay man, but we're not gonna sit here and act like there isn't a man walking in 10-inch stilettos in a 30-inch bust down wig and the face beat. Like, and I think we all should know by now that being gay is not a monolith. Everybody isn't one way, right? So just because I'm femme, there's somebody else who's gonna be much more feminine than me. That's what I meant by that on the podcast. I think it's kind of disrespectful for people to be like, oh, you're less than a man because of who you choose to lay down with or because I'm feminine. Let me just say something right here, right now, okay? There are a lot of straight men out there who are less than a man than I am. And you wanna know why they're not as much as a man as I am? Let me sit here and tell you why. Because there are straight men out there who have kids that they don't take care of. There are straight men out there who aren't paying their child support. They beating on their wives. They beating their mamas. They sleeping with their brother's wife and girlfriends. The list could go on, right? You know, I don't think that somebody's sexuality determines whether or not somebody is man enough or not. You know, in my book, you know, I don't know about y'all, but in my book, being a man is taking care of your stuff and making sure that your business is taken care of at the end of the day. If you got kids, it's making sure that your kids are taken care of at the end of the day, that they're not going to sleep hungry. They're not begging and pleading for new shoes and new sneakers. Your baby mama is not hitting your phone up 25/8 asking you for money and child support so she can buy y'all's kids clothes for the upcoming school year. Being a man is making sure that your house is in check. Being a man is so much more than who you choose to lay down with. I just think it's weird that people always equate being gay as to not being a man. Like, where did that come from? Why is it that as us as a society always looks at the black, gay, feminine man as less than? You know, all the white gays can go out and they can do their thing and they can sashay and do all the dips and the flips and all that stuff. And society will clap, 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 clap. We see it all the time. Literally see it all the time. The society will deem a black man who is limiting his truth. Oh, he ain't no real man. Where are our men at? Why can't it just be, I'm a man because I got a piece of meat between my legs? I mean, like, you see how insulting that can be? It's like, oh, you're not a real man. Okay, if I'm not a real man, then why is it that I stand up to pee every day? Cause last time I checked, I don't got no ovaries. You know, so it's like when I see comments like that, when I was reading comments like that, it was getting on my nerves a little bit. I'm gonna wash this off my face 1 second. All right, we're about to exfoliate. You already know dermalogic exfoliator. We love it over here. But it's just a little aggravating. You know, like I said, it's very rare that comments get to me these days because I have been doing this for so long. And I've kind of trained myself to realize that everybody has their own opinion about you. But it does get to a point. It does get to a point where it's like, okay, y'all kind of doing too much. Because at the end of the day, let's like really be for real. Like, come on now. It's just sad though. You know, like my father was in my life for about 14, 15 years straight before my parents divorced. And you know, we got a little rocky for a few years. But my father was in my life. All right, I grew up with a dad in the house. As feminine and as I am, I grew up with my father in the house. He taught me everything, and he taught me how to paint rooms. He taught me how to hang stuff up. I can hang a TV up. I can put stuff together. I can do everything your quote unquote real man can do. I just like to have fun with the same sex. So when I see comments like that, it's kind of like, do you hear yourself? I'm considered not a real man because of how feminine I am, but can your husband even hang up a TV? If you needed a shelf mounted to the wall, could your husband do that for you? If you were stuck on the side of the road and you needed your tire changed, could he do that for you? Granted, I can't either. But like I said, just because this one gay can't doesn't mean another one can't, you know? So when people say stuff like that, quiet as it's kept, a lot of the men that y'all are sleeping with aren't real men. That's why they walked out on you when you were 8 months pregnant. You know, like we really gotta look at the bigger picture, because I feel like a lot of people are looking at this sideways when they see feminine gay men. It's like, oh, he ain't no real man. Neither is your husband, Sarah. I made a comment on Twitter about a week ago, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. Let me wash this off my face 1 second. All right, so I actually do think I'm going to do a mask. I'm not gonna do the glow mask. I'm gonna do my AHA BHA fruit enzyme mask. I didn't get to wash my face last night. I got back from the New Edition concert and it was just too late. So I'm gonna do a mask tonight. The enzyme mask by Dermalogica. But like I was saying, I had made a tweet maybe about a week or two ago, and I was just expressing kind of like my disdain for the fact that I only get hate comments from my people, right? And I'm gonna read you guys the tweet verbatim, because what I'm about to say after this and the people's replies, I feel like y'all need to listen and hear what I actually said so you guys can kind of understand the context of everything. Okay, so I said, black people, black gays especially, are always the first one to try to tear me down. Why? What is it about a young gay black boy trying to chase his dreams bothers you to the point that you will do anything in your power to degrade everything I do? It's actually really saddening. No other races like this. They stick together and show love to their folks. Always my people that have the crap in the barrel mindset. I bother no one. I stay in my lane, in my corner, and I do my thing. Why hate? This is a conversation that I have had with numerous celebrity kids. A lot of the celebrity kids that I have encountered or talked to have been black, but still the point stands. This is a common thing with the celebrity kids. A lot of us get hate, a lot of us get talked down upon straight out the gate simply because of who we're related to, right? As if we asked to be birthed into this life of whatever it is of a celebrity kid, right? And some of the comments understood where I was coming from, but there was one specific comment that I wanted to talk about. And this is why I feel like people don't understand that nuance is a thing. So one comment was, all other races are like this. You're always going to experience more negative experience from the people in your community because those are the people you have more experiences with and who you are connected to more. Okay. All races are like this. You speaking, but that part gotta change. Live longer and you see it's not just us. Please don't pin that on just us. Okay, here's what I have to say to that. And this is why I feel like nuance is such an important thing. Other races might be like that, yes, absolutely. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, black people are the first people to hate on another black person, but will uplift somebody of another race just like that. And this is not saying that black people don't stick up for one another and don't look out for each other. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is, all of that can be true. The fact of the matter is, there are too many conversations I've had with other people about the same topic, people who are in a position like I'm in. The same sentiment is the same thing. White people are where they are today, not only because, you know, they have done some dirty stuff, but because they've stuck together. One thing a white person is going to do is look out for their kind before anybody else. Not saying that black people don't do this, but it's different with them over there. With us, it's a crab in a barrel mindset. It's almost as if black people will see another black person. They might root for them at first, but once they start getting a bit too successful, once they start, you know, really shooting for the stars, they start looking at them a little sideways. And I feel like with white people or either other races, they don't really do that. They will support you from the beginning to the end. They will make sure whatever you do is applauded. Black people might applaud you at first, but it's like after a while, it becomes a jealousy thing. I hate that people don't look at things nuanced. If you still don't understand my point of view, why is it that a black person will go and run up Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Prada up and not even question a $2,500 bag or a $4,500 wallet, but your local black owned business is charging $100 for a shirt and you're up in arms about it? You see what I mean? People pick and choose with their own people if they're gonna support or not. And I feel like in my case, oftentimes, when I get my hate, it's from the black people. This comment was like, well, yeah, it's probably for black people because white people aren't checking for you. Ain't no other race checking for you. Like nobody, essentially saying like nobody cares about me. So what I have to say to that is, y'all don't be in my analytics. Do I have a lot of black people watch me, majority black? Yes, but I am not gonna sit here and say I don't have any other races paying attention to me. And that leads me to my next topic, which is how big the internet truly is and how the love you get on the internet doesn't always transfer into real life and vice versa. Let me tell you. Again, we're gonna talk about the Resonate podcast because a lot of the conversations around me have been happening after and because of the podcast. One thing I've noticed, you know, I've been collaborated in all of the reels that have been posted, and one thing I can say is everybody's like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? I don't really care because that means that people are paying attention and I'm just being brought across more new faces. But I used to always think it was a funny thing where I would see somebody online, I'm like, who is this? And then I click the comments and the comments is full of people like hyping the person up, and you know, if it's a musician, they might have millions of streams. I'm like, who is this? I've never heard of this person before. When it started happening to me, you know, people are like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Granted, I'm still in my discovery phase. I think it's funny the fact that they were having debates like nobody knows who this is, like throwing insults here and there. The internet is a funny place because you can get so much love out in the real world. You can get stopped, you can be asked for pictures, you can sign autographs, you know, you can get poured into, and you get online and people will act like you are just the bottom of the barrel, like you are the bottom of the dumpster, like you are straight dumpster juice. I thought that was funny because it's like, just because you don't know who I am doesn't mean anybody else does it. And I think people on social media, they have this thing that they do where they feel like just because they don't know something or they don't know somebody, nobody else knows them. Just because you have never heard of me before, you've never seen my face before, billions of people around the world have never seen me before. Like, I think that is so crazy, and I think that's something that people on social media need to stop doing because it's something I see often. People need to get out of that mindset. Real life and the internet are really two totally different places. People are very funny. As I grow older and as I, you know, become more popular on the internet, I learn a lot more about myself, and me 3-4 years ago, like the debut of Never Be, I would not have been ready for all of like the scrutiny, all like the weird and crazy stuff that people would say about me. It's time to wash this off our face though. We're gonna wash this off. I am gonna hop in the shower. I'm gonna show you guys my body care that I'm gonna use tonight. So you guys know I have been obsessed with Necessaire. This is what we are going to use on our body tonight. This is amazing, makes my skin feel so smooth, just like butter. And I'm gonna pair the body lotion with some body oil. This is the Palmer's body oil. Of course, we have Dove on the deodorant. So yeah, we're gonna rinse this off, hop in the shower, lotion up, finish the skincare, and then we're gonna head to bed. All right. Well, that's all I have to yap about tonight, guys. I am going to let the music kick in so we can finish our night out nice and relaxing. What's up? It's your boy Jay Michael. Make sure you stream my new EP titled The Heartbreak Files with hits like So Confused, On to the Next One,
You should really let it be. Enough.
Come Back Home,
Who I run to anytime I'm feeling alone. Call me crazy, but I swear I hear you though you're gone sometimes.
Better Not Bitter,
Better not bitter. You know I'm not a quitter. Expected me to
and more. My EP is available on all streaming platforms now. Check it out.
Why can't you see all the things you've done to me? Made it